Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. This is Ralph Phillips. How's everybody doing? We'll talk some Bucs today. And I'm a mess. I didn't get a chance to take a shower. You know, I said we moved the live stream from Mondays to Tuesdays because Molly has a meeting on Mondays at 4 o'clock. And a lot of times it would run late, and which would cause me to run late. Well, she had a meeting today, a surprise meeting today at 4 o'clock, which ran late. So that caused me to run late. Didn't even get a chance to shower, man. I'm a mess. How's everybody doing? Where's everybody at? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There we are. What's up, Mr. Bundy? How you doing, man? Rampage, what's up? MK. Gotti. Pewter Scott, what's going on, man? How y'all doing? We got a little bit of Bucs news to talk about. Not a whole lot, though, man. This is the most boring time of the year. Oh, man. How's everybody doing? Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Let's start off with Buccaneers have signed outside linebacker Randy Gregory to a 1-year, $3 million deal. It's actually like $2.5 million with $500,000 incentives or something. Real cheap. But, you know, with his age and, you know, kind of a low salary, I mean, he's definitely going to be a rotational player for sure. But, you know, it just makes you go. I mean, I know Shaq was a lot more expensive, but we got a more used version of Shaq Barrett, I guess. Everybody's so quiet today. But he was originally drafted by Dallas, and he played there for like 7 years. And then he was he went to the Broncos, I think it was last year, and he only played like 4 games with the Broncos, and then they traded him to San Francisco. He played in the Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, I went back and I looked at some of the All-22 of him in the Super Bowl, just a little bit. He only played 27 snaps. So it was like 30%. And that's right around where he was at with San Francisco. He was playing about 30, 40% of the snaps. I say 40%. I don't even think he ever went over 40% except week 17 from what I saw. So, you know, he's not it. But he's, you know, it was one of the reasons why I said I thought for sure they were going for an edge rusher in the draft, was because they haven't done anything at edge, and then they go and do this. Now I'm like, I have no idea what they're going to do in the draft. Could be offensive lineman. It better be offensive lineman or edge rusher. If they pick a running back or a quarterback or a quarterback, that'd be horrible. Getting the Twins and the PJs. Oh, man, that's awesome. I've been in a grumpy mood the past couple days. I'm snapping at the kids. Grumpy to the wife. I don't know. That's what happens when I don't have football. I get grumpy. Yeah, they got him cheap, so, you know, you can't really complain about it. You think they'll go for a cornerback, huh? I think it's really going to depend on what's there. I mean, that goes without saying, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It just doesn't. There just aren't, from what I can tell, in this draft, there just aren't a lot of guys that really pop. You know, and whether any of those will be there when we draft, who knows? Latu might be. Yeah, yeah, Rampage. I don't know what it. Well, I kind of know what it is. I just ain't getting enough stuff done. I'm a really production oriented person. If I don't get stuff done, I get grumpy. And here, I have not been getting stuff done lately. It's like my to do list is getting stacked up. It's driving me crazy. So I spent all day Saturday. I told Molly, I said, all right, I'm taking Saturdays now. Saturdays are my day. And I'm going to lock myself in the office, and you're not going to see me for 10 hours. That's pretty much what I did. But I didn't get enough done. That's the first time I've done that in a while, though. So, you know how it is when you have kids. It's just you don't really get any time to yourself, and it's constant. Like every 10 minutes, it's, Daddy, I need this, or Daddy, can you do this, or hey, look at this unicorn I drew, or whatever. So it gets really hard to like focus any length of time. So anyhow, Saturday I woke up early. I had Red Bull, I had snacks, I had everything in a cooler. I came upstairs, locked myself in the office, didn't come out for 11 hours, except to use a bathroom. That's how I used to work, man. Miss it. No chop. Check, make sure my stream health is good. It's good. Yes, I love working. I would say I'm a workaholic, but I just don't feel good if I'm not doing stuff. It's like even when I watch movies, which I love to watch movies, I am sitting there and I'm thinking about, I'm like a movie critic. I'm looking at the lighting, the acting, the cinematography, the script. I'm analyzing all of it. And it drives Molly crazy because I can't like watch a movie and like just enjoy it. I'm looking at all the production aspect of it, and that's what I want to talk about afterwards. Like, can't you just enjoy a movie? I'm like, no, I can't. Got to analyze it. I don't know. I don't know if they see Randy Gregory as a, he might be like a Greg Gaines. Just throw him in every now and then. But yeah, I think it really puts a hurting on our edge rushing prospects. I really thought that's what they were doing. Because it was like with a few spots on the team they didn't touch. Then they go and pull the rug out from under me last week with getting Randy Gregory. I was like, what? Y'all just like confusing me. That's what it is. Yeah, we got a crap ton of outside linebackers now. It's really weird to me to think that they would just go with what we got. But I guess they figure Yaya is going to be the next Shaq Barrett. You buy him a bucket of beer if you saw him at a bar? Buy me a bucket of beer, okay? We got to hook up when I come down to Florida. Go out drinking. So, yeah, there was the one play in the Super Bowl that Randy Gregory had. I wanted to play this. There we go. Let's see. I don't have my little clicker thing. But you can see Randy Gregory, he's number 5. He's lined up over there with across from Travis Kelce, 87. He's all the way on the right. And watch him just destroy Donovan Smith here. But this is typical Donovan Smith. He gets his legs crossed up. Whoop. And then boom. And Randy Gregory's first play of the game was pretty good, too. Pretty decent. It was okay. Let's see where it was at. He's got a motor on him, though, still. At his age. Oh, man. I can't remember where this was at. I think it was his only tackle in the game. Nope, this ain't it. Y'all bear with me. I'll find it. Nope. He didn't come into the game until the second or third drive. There he is. Okay, he's all the way over on the right, going up against 74 and 1. He gets chipped by 1 there. Comes around, boom. And that was on a third down play, forced on the punt. So you like to see that. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have my little pin thing set up real quick. Slow down. I didn't go through the whole Super Bowl, and I want to go through and watch some of his stuff at Denver, because he played more snaps in Denver. He had, you see here, his snap percentage was in the 60s. Then it dropped down the last 2 games below 50%. But then when he went to San Francisco, 34, 30, 25, 37, 17, 32, 36. Oh, here he goes. He had a 41, a 53, and then in week 18 he had a 61%. So that doesn't really count, though. That was when they rested the starters. I did see one cornerback that they interviewed, they brought in. Oh, I saw Malachi. Yeah, Kate will be happy about that. Malachi came and interviewed with the Bucs. Which reminded me, the live stream last week, remember we were watching those YouTubes highlights, and I was saying, I'm going to get hit with a copyright strike. I did. Not a copyright strike. It was a demonetization. It was a 10-second clip. And it was on the Malachi. It was Malachi. And that's what they said. So it was a 2.5-hour live stream, and they get the money for it. Whoever owned that clip, it was like XOXO Sports or something. They get the money for it because of a 10-second clip. So out of 2.5 hours, I show a 10-second clip. YouTube is so whack, man. Anyhow, I cut it out. I haven't looked and checked to see if I got monetized on that or not. Your attorney contacted me. For what? What's up, Tom? They never interviewed Kool-Aid? Man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do that. The Bucs are weird with the guys they bring in to interview. It's like misinformation, sleight of hand. Bucs are very, very, very cheeky. YouTube is hating on Buccaneers Observer. Yeah. Nah, it's not just me, man. It's just how it is. Nature of the business. But yeah, man, you read up on how the Glazers did a hostile takeover of Manchester United. That was great stuff, man. I mean, they're going to write about that in business books for a long time. Buccaneers have always been very, very secretive and sly. Doesn't always work out for them, though. Like the whole Bill Parcells thing. Yeah, it was a hostile takeover. Nobody knew it was coming. They bought up little pieces, little ownerships with different companies and stuff. And then all of a sudden just consolidated and went, bam, we own the Manchester United now. Everybody was like, what? Read up on it. It was really fascinating. Good stuff. Well, I say a hostile takeover, yeah, but it had a different ownership, like group ownership. And the Glazers quietly bought up the smaller groups. It was really neat. Yeah, it was very sneaky. Very sneaky. And they've been hated for it ever since. It's like England's favorite soccer club got bought out by American football players or football owners. They were not very happy about that. What's up, Lawrence? You finally made it. Did you hear we signed Randy Gregory? Randy Gregory. So that really does. It really does throw a whole wrench into my whole looking at the draft now. I think they're just not that concerned with an edge. I think if an edge falls to them, a lot to. But Al, like you said with Chop, you're probably right. They're probably going to be like, eh. So what are they going to do? I mean, what are they aiming for? Are they going to be best player available? Are they going to go defense? I would think with Todd Bowles, they're going to go defense. But I mean, I don't know. I don't see any place where we really got room for anybody now. Camp meet? You think it's Chop at 26 or center? I don't know. Gregory's he's still got juice in him. We got him for a cheap price. Don't know how hard he's going to play. But it looks to me like doing that, they're thinking that Yaya is going to be the guy. They're just getting a backup. And that's kind of how I feel about the offensive line too, man. They can't roll with that offensive line. They just can't do it. They can't do it. I don't know. What's up, Retreat? Yeah, Gerald McCoy. He was a fan favorite there for a while. Defensive tackle and wide receiver 4. Those are the two holes. So you think we're going to go defensive tackle? I think we're going to draft defense first. Man, it is Todd Bowles after all. Yeah, he's just good. I mean, if anything, Gregory will be a rotational guy. Second stringer, maybe even third. But it might have just been one of those things where they were like, it's too good of a deal to pass up. We can get him cheap. But like Al said, that'll be 6 outside linebackers we'll have. We don't keep 6 outside linebackers. And, he's got our linebackers coach. He's got history with them. They were together at Dallas. I don't know. That was my whole thing me thinking that they were definitely going to go for an edge guy because that was the only spot on the team that they haven't messed with in free agency. They let Shaq go. I feel like they had somebody in mind in the draft they wanted to get. And now getting Randy Gregory, who was really just a Shaq 2.0. They're I don't know what to think now. I really don't. I think they're going to be the best player available. They might trade down. I'm going to be mad if they trade down. You don't think Gregory will make the roster cut? Wow. You were insulted on last week's show. Oh, did you go watch it? I thought I talked good about you, man. Tom, I always talk good about you. What did I say that was insulting? Oh, man. Ugh. So we signed Gregory. And we've had Malachi Corley has visited. The only three players I know that have visited was wide receiver Corley, Jeremiah Trotter, linebacker, and Mike Sanry still, cornerback. I know there's been more, but those are just the ones that I've ran across and wrote them down. Oh, Logan Ryan announced his retirement. Bucs fans are happy about that. No, actually, I wish he would have gone to the Panthers. Yeah. Oh, family's doing great. Okay. Family's doing good. Just trying to avoid me because I've been in a grumpy mood the past couple of days. Really chewed out my daughter. We had this project to clean her room because it's just a total mess. She's got way too much stuff. So I dumped everything in the middle of the floor, and I was like, all right, let's sort through it. Put everything in this box that you want to keep, everything, that type of stuff. That was 3 weeks ago. And I keep helping her with it and getting a really big chunk, and there's only a little bit left, and she just hasn't worked on it. So today I kind of snapped at her, and I was like, no more playing with your friends, no more going outside till you get this room. I never talked to her like that. So she was just like, and then sat on the couch all day and played on her tablet. Yeah, see, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Chop wasn't bad. He definitely got a lot of work. He's definitely gonna need to learn a little bit about the NFL, get a little bit stronger, bigger, faster. I don't think he might be good in a couple years. But we need somebody now. I want somebody. I want an impact player. Tired of these projects, man. You didn't say that though. We've done good. We have Wirfs, Winfield Jr. Okay, that's it. So impact players we've had recently. Logan Hall, man. Yeah, that's. It was like I thought there was more. That's been it. I got to be missing somebody. There's got to be at least one more, right? Yeah, way too many windows open. My computer's going to start yelling at me. All right, here we go. Buccaneers, I wouldn't say he's an impact player. He did all right. Yeah. Devin White, you could say he was. Vita. Although his first year was not very good. It was. And O.J. Howard. Gosh, I'm going way back. Man, our first round picks stink. Adrian Claiborne, Mark Barron, Jonathan Banks. Oh, Mike Evans. That's a good one. Jameis Winston, Vernon Hargreaves. Ugh. O.J. Howard. Vita Vea. I like me some Vita. Devin White, Tristan Wirfs, Joe Tryon Shoyinka, Logan Hall, and Kalijah Kancey. I don't know. We got some diamonds in there a little bit. Not many though. Grant Stewart. Is he still a free agent? I don't see any news about him. I liked Grant Stewart. He was fun. He just played balls to the wall. He didn't care. He was just going to go out there and hit somebody. He was fun. Oh, yeah, no, Tom, come on now. You know Frazier's your boy because he's a Mountaineer. You wouldn't even know about him if you didn't follow West Virginia football. Yeah, way too many project players, if you ask me. Way too many. I even throw Kate Otten on there. Project player. Yeah. We like those project players, man. Small school, Sam Houston State. Is that? Didn't even know that was a real school. Is that a community college? Noah Spence. Man, we got so many guys. I really liked Noah Spence. I thought he was going to be something. Nope. Where I'm scrolling way back and you see Levante David and William Golston. They're the only two left from the Levante from the 2012 draft class and William Golston from 2013. Huh. Akeem Spence was in that class. Stephen Means. Man. Yeah, O.J. Howard. That was a disaster there. I mean, he could have been good. Matt Gay's good. Yeah, he's good for other teams. I like Frazier. I mean, it's hard. Again, without having the all 22, you can't tell. But just watching Powers Johnson and Frazier, I like Frazier. Just because his leverage is top notch, you know. But like I said, Powers Johnson, I haven't really seen. All I've seen from him is highlights, and everybody says he's the best. So that makes you go, oh well, maybe we should get him instead of Frazier. Not that he'll be available for us at 26, but if we move up or whatever. But yeah, I like that. I like Frazier, man. Every clip I saw of him, he was in perfect position every time. Liked it. Texans legend. Didn't he end up having an alcohol problem and quitting football to go into rehab? I might be thinking of the other tight end. Austin Safari Jenkins. Yeah, that's who I was thinking. Yeah, he had to drink. Went to the Jets, right? And then ended up quitting football because of his alcohol problem. He said he's going to take a year off. Yeah, you don't get to do that. Yeah, right. Yeah, only seeing the highlights. Although we watched a couple of players last live stream where we saw all their snaps. I think it was Chop and Latu. But yeah, offensive lineman, yeah. I haven't seen all their snaps yet. Somebody's probably got it out there. But you could just tell with Frazier, he was very, like that's his thing. You know, it was the leverage, you know, just being in good position. And I like that. Big fan of that. Oh, yeah. Who was that Texans fan? Yeah, I remember them. Okay. Oh, that was you, Retreat. Okay, cool. I just saw a quarterback school guy has got another video out on quarterback in the playoffs. You guys got a good quarterback there, man. You're right. Anybody can look good in highlights. It's something I've been talking about doing for years, is doing a highlight film of a really bad player and doing a low light film of a really good player, and just show how easy it is to make players look however you want them to look. You know, it's really easy to do. I remember when reality TV shows first started coming out. I think it was Real World or something like that. They had a behind the scenes, or it was like a little mini documentary. It was like 20 minutes long. And they showed how they manipulated all the stuff, how they edited it to make people look a certain way. And it was really fascinating. They had like 5 people come in and just kind of sit in a room and talk to each other and all that. And then they pulled them into another room and they interviewed them and asked them questions. And then you got to see all of that. And then they showed the packet. They showed the editing part of it. And they made some people look really mean and all that. It was really fascinating. But yeah, you can make anybody look like anything, especially with all the clips you got with football. Like we can make Cody Mott look like a beast. Just pull out about 4 or 5 clips of him throwing somebody on the ground or something. Like, look at how he handles them. We can make Tristan Wirfs look bad. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, man. I'm telling you. One of these days. We're going to do another mock draft before draft night. Don't know. We probably should, huh? Just to play around with. How many days we got for the draft? 14? 2 weeks? What's today? 8th, that's the 9th. Yeah. It's on Thursday night, right? We're going to do it live. Let's do it live. So for 500,000, I'll give you 500,000. What are they? The not the Doge coins, the other one, Shibu Inu. I've got like 1.5 million of those. I'll give you 500,000. I do an overhyped mock video. I should. I really should. That's what I get for overhyping him. I thought he was going to be a contender, man. 16 days until the draft. Yeah, my math was way off. Off by 2. I can't even count anymore, guys. That's what happens when you hang out with kids all day. You forget basic things like how to remember names and how to count, how to talk. I actually forgot how to talk for a while. My oldest daughter, I spent like 3 years. It was just me and her, and I didn't really hang out with any other grown-ups or nothing. You spend 3 years with a kid that can't really talk or walk. It kind of dumbs you down a little bit. Shibu. Is it Shibu Inu? Shiba? Is it Shiba? Shiba Inu? How do you even pronounce it? Shiba. How do you pronounce Shiba Inu? How to pronounce? What? I'm gonna ask Google. Hey Google, how do you pronounce Shiba Inu coin?
Here's what I found.
Oh man, I want you to tell me. Well, send me a bunch of links. All right, here's one.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this Japanese breed for hunting.
Oh.
How do you go about pronouncing it? Do not say Shiba Inu, Shiba Inu, or anything like that.
I'm way
It's
off.
pretty straightforward, in fact, once you know. Shiba Inu.
Shiba Inu. Yeah.
Inu, the breed. Here.
Shiba. Is that what I said? Shiba? Shibu? You never heard of it before? Yeah, it's a meme coin. Oh, man. Yeah, well, I've got like 1.5 million of them, so. I think I've had one of almost every crypto coin that's ever been made. I used to mine a lot. And I was a member of forums where when you had a new coin and you wanted people to mine it, you would announce it and people mine. So I was just constantly just like mining coins. Somebody would come out with a stupid coin and I would just be like, mine it for a day or so, get some, throw it in a wallet, forget about it. Next day, mine a new one. I was like, eventually one of these is going to hit. And they did. God, I was into Bitcoin. I used to mine Bitcoin. I was into Bitcoin. I bought 7 Bitcoin for $49. That was back when Bitcoins were worth $7 a piece. I was into it before that. I had bought some for $4 a piece, but that was my biggest purchase. Spent $50. And I used to tell Molly all the time. Matter of fact, I told my family, everybody. I was like, man, buy Bitcoin because I said $50,000. I calculated it according to world currency and all that. I've did my own little calculations. I was like, Bitcoin's probably going to go up to about 50,000. It's going to stabilize at around 50,000. And then 10 years later, it hits 50,000. Didn't stabilize though. It's going to be a while before it stabilizes. With this new halving that they're having, that's going to stabilize it a little bit. You get your computers, you have to have like heavy duty graphic cards, and you run, you're basically the one chewing up the blockchain. You do all this electronic work, and you basically get paid to do it. It's a real simple explanation for it. Do you remember, did you ever get involved in the SETI or the human genome number crunching with your computers, where you could run a program in the background and it would like go through all the data and sift through and stuff? Yeah, you can't mine Bitcoin now. It takes way too much. I mean, unless you've got millions of dollars. Used to, you could mine Bitcoin on a regular computer. You didn't even need a graphics card. But it gets harder and harder to mine it. And now you have to have basically a supercomputer. You got to have racks and racks and racks of GPUs in order to crunch the numbers. All the miners now are, huge companies. You have to be. But yeah, back in the day, man. I mean, you can still mine coins. A lot of coins. You can still mine them. There's a few forums you can go to where people will announce when the best time to mine is when they first announce a coin and they first release it, because the way crypto coins are usually set up, Shiba Inu being a outlier, is the more that get mined, the harder it gets to mine them. So you want to get in it the first way, and it's easier to mine and you get more coins. But as it goes on, it gets harder and you get less. So that's why I was always on those forums. And as soon as somebody released a coin, I was like, I'm going to mine it. I'd get 10,000 coins and then mine something else the next day. Oh, they used to have, oh gosh, I used to love it. When Bitcoin started getting really hard to mine, they had like conglomerations where you could join a group and y'all would all combine your GPU power and work towards it. And then when you got a Bitcoin, it would be dispersed among everybody that helped mine it, depending on how much they put into it. It was fun. It was fun. Good fun days of crypto, man. I miss it. So, yeah, not a lot of news going on with the Bucs, man. Well, in the NFL at all, really. Chase Claypool's visiting the Seahawks. There was a Buccaneers cruise. This was the second year they'd done it. I saw some pictures with Rashad White. And he was like posing with people, on the cruise. That'd be cool to go on. Although, I'm not I was getting ready to say, I'm not a fan of the open water. And here I am, I'm a Buccaneer fan. You got to be a fan of the open water if you're going to be a pirate, right? It's one of my biggest fears is to be stranded in the ocean. Ugh. I actually read a book called Adrift about a guy who was stuck on a raft for, I think it was 40 days. Horrible. Yeah, it's like all draft now. Al, it's really, they call it mining, but it's not really mining. If you read Satoshi's white paper, the inventor of the Bitcoin, the way he, the blockchain, which is where all the Bitcoin transactions reside, has got to be processed somewhere, somehow. And the Bitcoin miners do that, and they crunch numbers. It's a lot of math, and you get rewarded for doing it. But unfortunately now, you only get rewards. I'm not even sure what the exact number is, but you have to do a lot of number crunching in order to get a Bitcoin now. And in order to get that Bitcoin, in order to crunch that many numbers, you've got to have literally a whole array of graphic cards or computers working on it. But a lot of the crypto coins are different. Ethereum has got its whole branch. A lot of the crypto coins are based off Ethereum now. Some of them you can still mine, and it doesn't get harder. There's no halving or anything like that. It's all nerd speak. So yeah, Logan Ryan announced his retirement. A lot of really sad people over that one. Who was it that got arrested in Florida? Another guy got arrested in Florida. I think there's been 5 NFL players arrested in Florida this offseason. What are y'all doing down there, man? Who was it? What's been going on with the NFC South? The Panthers, the Saints. Saints haven't done anything, have they? The Panthers. The Falcons. Falcons have signed defensive end James Smith-Williams. Kool-Aid McKinstry visited the Packers Monday. Tavondre Sweat, that's who it was. Former Texans defensive tackle. Driving while intoxicated. Oh, no, that was in Texas. Oh, he crashed. I thought it was an NFL player. That's all they've done in the offseason. The Saints have signed Chase Young. Pretty much it, huh? They're doomed. Couldn't happen to a better team. Let's see. Chase Young, yeah, that's about it. Their offensive tackle, Olisimueke Udo. He was a left tackle for the Vikings before he got injured. Ugo Amadi, a safety, 1-year deal. Re-signed him. Washington's commander linebacker Kalike Hudson. He was a second stringer, mainly a special teams player for the Washington Commanders. Jonathan Abraham. He's the one that really gave us a hard time. They signed him to another 1-year deal. Saints agreed to a 1-year deal with former Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Stanley Morgan. That's where you want to put your money. Stanley Morgan. Cedric Wilson Jr., former Miami Dolphins, agreed to a 2-year deal with the Saints. He only played in 3 games for the Dolphins last year. He had 22 catches and 3 touchdowns, though. Dang. That's pretty good for only 3 games. And then they signed. I did not know this. I might have known this, but I didn't know it. They signed quarterback Nathan Peterman to a 1-year deal. Probably one of the worst quarterbacks that's ever set foot on a football field. Jameis Winston is gone. He signed with the Browns, so they needed somebody to fill in Jameis Winston's shoes. And they got Nathan Peterman. Wow. Oof. Peterman's really bad. He might be one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen play the game. Has no business being an NFL quarterback. So they got Carr, they got Peterman. Oh, then they got Jake Heiner. Saints are going to be a mess this year. I love it. Yeah, I think the cap finally caught up with the Saints. I mean, we've been talking about... What's up, Roger? We've been talking about that for a long time, about when is all this cap space hell going to catch up to the Saints? And every year they kept pushing it off, pushing off. I think it caught up to them now. I don't think they can push it anymore. I can't believe they got Nathan Peterman. Woo, man. They're going to regret that when Derek Carr gets hurt. Yeah, Sweat got arrested in Texas. I thought there was an NFL player that got arrested in Florida. I know there's been like 5 this offseason that have been arrested in Florida. I'm like, what's going on down there? Why are they arresting NFL players? Yeah, he was in a hit and run. Mm-hmm. Oh, Rashid Rice? Okay, it was Rashid Rice. Okay. The Saints taking a left tackle. They can have him. Yeah. We're talking money today, man. Which signing was it that Gruden advised? The Nathan Peterman one? What do you got? You got Chop Robinson, yeah. Oh, no, you got Kool-Aid. You got us getting Kool-Aid. Ow. I'm looking at your mock draft. That's not the same one you sent me the other day. Is it? Yeah, it really depends on who's going to fall to us. I was so confident that we were going with an edge. I was so confident. I was like 80%. Now I'm like 40%. I don't know what they're going to do. Not a clue. Not a clue. We should probably do another mock draft, huh? Oh, okay. I got you, Al. Gruden loves Peterman? Are you serious? Wow. That just dropped. Gruden's talent evaluation ability is way low in my eyes. Yeah, Peterman was really bad. I've seen some bad quarterbacks, but Peterman's probably the worst. In like every way. Footwork's bad. Decision making's bad. His accuracy was horrible. He couldn't read the field at all. Yeah, Minnesota's got to take a quarterback, right? Where are they drafting at now? 11? Yeah. I was seeing Merrill Hodge. I've got a lot of respect for Merrill Hodge. Number of reasons why. But one, he's the one that got me into watching All 22. And I used to love the way he analyzed football. You know, he was very much mano a mano, that type of guy. Then he wrote that great book called Brainwashed about CTE. And he does really good player evaluations for one. You know, he's hit on a lot of guys that I've been like, wow. And he's also been very cautious about a lot of guys. I think Johnny Manziel was definitely one. He was like, this guy's going to be a disaster. But anyhow, he's talking about Drake May. He said, whoever hires Drake May or whoever drafts Drake May, as far as the coach goes, is going to get fired. He's like, Drake May is horrible. He's going to get you fired. I was like, huh. I got a lot of respect for his talent evaluation. And Al, you've got the Patriots taking Drake May. Wouldn't that be funny? You got 3 quarterbacks going in the first 3, huh? Marvin Harrison Jr. is visiting with Chicago today, I think. Might be tomorrow. Might have done it already. Chicago definitely needs a quarterback, though. Gosh, they all do. Except for Cardinals. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm looking at Al's mock draft. You don't mind if I put this up, do you? But yeah, Chicago definitely needs a quarterback. Washington definitely needs a quarterback. Patriots definitely need a quarterback. First one is the Cardinals. They're the first one that comes up who are not... They need a quarterback, but they've got one. He's horrible, but Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals. Huh? Interesting. What if the Chargers would trade up, try to get in front of them? They could use some wide receiver help over there. They've lost all their good wide receivers. Malik Neighbors. It's just me, or is the chat going really slow today? Or is it just we're slow today? Nobody's in. Football mode. Everybody's in draft mode. There's not a lot of news out there. Jags need a cornerback. You looked it up. They don't need a cornerback at all. You hope Kool-Aid falls to the Texans? Rampage, tell me again, what was it you wanted? You wanted a wide receiver, right? Now, if we get Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't even know a thing about him, but I know Ohio State's a good football team, and he's got good stock, so I would not be upset if we could get him. You take Barton over Kool-Aid? Good call. Saw Jared Verse is coming to meet with the Buccaneers tomorrow, I want to say. Might have been today. Anyhow, he's coming to meet with the Buccaneers. Bo Nix. You got Bo Nix and then P Nix going right after him. Bo and P. Bo P. So yeah, Cardinals. You got Chop Robinson going to the Cardinals too. They got 2 first-round draft picks. Huh? How many does Chicago have? 2? Yeah, number 1 and number 9. I love it. Oh, the Panthers, man. Oof. Good old Canales. He's going to be gray-haired and retired or fired in 2 years. Year and a half. Who was it you wanted, Rampage? I thought you'd said you wanted a wide receiver. That's what I was thinking, Rampage. Yeah, Chicago should trade up. trade their number 9 to get a wide receiver to go with their new shiny quarterback. That'd be hilarious. What's up, Jason? I would love for us to trade up for any number of reasons, but we won't. Yeah, interior offensive linemen don't get any love, do they, Al? It's like the first round is all wide receivers, quarterbacks, edge guys, tackles. Although we got 2 centers, right, this year who are possible first rounders. Jackson Powers Johnson, definitely, and then my boy Frazier. David, what's up? You are late, man. So, so you want an interior offensive lineman rampage, okay? Center preferably. Retreat. I would love if they did it. I would love it if Chicago traded up and ended up getting the number one quarterback and then the number one wide receiver. That would be hilarious. But knowing Chicago, it would be a disaster. It'd be a total disaster. It'd be great. That would be a great draft night right there. That would make it. That would make the whole draft. It's great enough already that the Panther traded away all their draft picks. For maybe the worst quarterback in the draft last year. And then they tanked. They sucked so bad they should have got the number one spot. But Chicago's got it because they traded with. Oh man, that is like the funniest thing in the world to me. Oh. That's when you know you stink bad. Is when you have the worst record in the league and you don't even get the first round draft pick, first overall pick. Ugh. I mean, they were not tanking. Although, I will say they when they played us week 18, they were not trying very hard. Yeah, JPJ is first rounder for sure. You've got him going, 16 here? Joe Alt is the first tackle to be taken, Notre Dame. And then you got a Penn State tackle. Yeah, it's weird. It's unusual for a center to go that high. Yeah, I mean, my philosophy. You can never go wrong with drafting an offensive lineman. Big fan of it. Big fan of the trenches. Big trench guy. Offense and defense. Offensive linemen are so overlooked. They're my favorite thing to watch on All 22. As y'all can tell when we watch it. I get a big kick out of them, man. They're funny. Oh, really? Thuney was a pawn in making Brady leave New England? Kool-Aid. Yeah, right. You never go wrong unless they suck. That's the thing with the draft, man. I don't care how good you are. It's a crapshoot. It's 50-50. I mean, these guys could have great talent and be really good athletes, but when you get into the NFL, it's a whole different beast as far as who you are as a person, and it affects guys differently. That's why you see some of these guys who, they're picked last in the NFL in the draft or undrafted free agents. They come into NFL and they do great. It's like, how did the talent evaluators not see that? It's different, man. When you get into the national spotlight, I know a lot of these guys, they play college, but that's different. College is different. You get in the NFL, these guys are playing for millions of dollars. So character's a big aspect, So no matter how good you are, at player evaluation. When it comes to the draft, you're lucky if you're going to hit on 50%. Lucky. I still like that name, Adonai. Adonai. Who all would be mad if we draft a wide receiver in the first round? I think I would be. Unless it was Marvin Harrison Jr. I had no idea about that, Al. I have to look into that. That's a good point, Rampage. Yeah. Talent sets the floor, but character sets the ceiling. I'm going to attribute that quote to you, okay? Yeah, like if we got somebody like Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver for Texas, at 26. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards they're going to go with offensive lineman now, but I just don't know. I don't have a clue. I thought I was so sure about that edge guys. What's happening, okay? What's going on? Is it a good day or a bad day? Adonai Mitchell's going to be great. But you know, Mayfield will never throw it to him. Not while Evans is on the team. What's up, Craig? Harrison, Neighbors, Adunze, Thomas Jr., and Mitchell in the first round. It's a lot of wide receivers, ain't it? So you think we're going to do a center, MK? I like Frazier. I really do. I'm glad Tom turned me on to him. He would be my pick at 26. Depending. I wouldn't be mad about it. Let's put it that way. It's going good, Craig. How you doing, man? Oh, that's the worst, man. Carrying drywall. It's a lot heavier than it looks, ain't it? It's like I used to have to carry a T111 plywood. Man, that is the heaviest crap. I'd have to do two at a time. What was the worst? I used to have to carry bundles of shingles up 2 floors on a ladder outside. Just straight up ladder. 2 bundles of shingles. Well, they weighed 45 pounds a piece. So it was like 90 pounds up 2 flights on this rickety ladder. Yeah. You gonna send us pictures of your basement when you get it done, Rampage? Oh, man. Okay, that's the worst. Leaving your wallet at home. Almost ran out of gas. Don't let your gas get so low. Yeah, right now. If we had another great wide receiver, it'd be just a wasted pick. Mayfield ain't ever going to look at him. He's a huge locker room asset. Who are we talking about? MHJ? Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr.? Well, yeah, of course. If we get him, I'd get him in a heartbeat. I don't know a thing about him other than The fact that he's Marvin Harrison's son and he plays for Ohio State. To me, those two things right there go, that's good enough for me. Take Frazier in a trade back, yeah. That's why I said taking Frazier at 26, that's a reach. I really like him, though, man, for an offensive lineman. But yeah, he'll probably be there at 35. We could trade back. Where are we picking second round? I know I've gone through this before. Mock drafts. Everybody's mocking, aren't they? Should we do another mock draft next week? We should do about 4 of them next week. Okay, we're pick 57 in the second. Yeah. Frazier won't be there by then. So we could definitely trade down. Who could we trade with? Don't want to go too low. Caleb Williams, huh? He's looking to be the number 1 overall pick. Trade with the Patriots, Cardinals. Commanders. Chargers. Don't want to wait too late. I can see us trading with the Chargers. They're gonna want some wide receivers. Happy Taco Tuesday to you too, okay? Yeah, David, that's a tough one for me, man. I mean, Frazier's there, which he'll probably will be. There's no way he'll fall to us in the second round. Yeah, I saw that rampage. We brought in Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Draft a tight end and running back. Maybe way at the bottom. Yeah, see, I like that, Craig. Latu, TJ Tampa, Braden McGregor, huh? No, got to get Storm Duck. Storm Duck. I don't care who we get for the rest of the draft. I want Storm Duck in there somewhere, or at least get him as an undrafted free agent. We've got to have Storm Duck. We got to get TJ Tampa, right? And then we got to get Donnie Abrams' son. Man, we got a lot of guys we got to pick up. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Al. See, I've been wanting to watch some Kentucky with him. He uses this. Our offensive coordinator uses a second running back as the second tight end instead of using a real tight end for 2 tight end sets. Interesting. So you think we're definitely drafting a running back? Yeah, because we've really only got one. And like you said, Chase is always hurt. Who else have we got? We got Sean Tucker, Patrick Laird. Like, just can't help himself with the tight ends and running backs. I know. I think we drafted a tight end in every draft that Light has been a part of. Storm Duck is a must. Yes, gotta get some Storm. Yeah, if we can get Latu at 26, we'll jump on that. No doubt about it. An all FSU draft, yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? There's some good players right there. Verse, Benson, James. Hey, don't knock James. James was awesome. He was entertaining. And when it comes down to it, that's what this is all about, entertainment, right? I really thought once he got that LASIK surgery that he would be a bit better. He didn't. He's at the Browns now. Doesn't that just fit? They've got our first round. They've got our first overall pick. They've got our first round first pick. We've got their first round first pick. It's weird how life works, man. Storm Duck. You got Storm Duck, David. All right. That's interesting, Al. Where did you see that, or did somebody mention it about Liam? If you give me a Mike Glennon jersey, it's got to be a turtleneck, and I want the turtleneck to be about that long. That guy had the weirdest neck. Browns suck. They were on an upward trajectory so good, and then just like they do every time. Why would they do that whole quarterback thing? That was just so bad. All the Glennon jerseys have extra long necks, yeah. Built in. It's like them African tribal women you see that put those things on their neck and stretch their neck out real long. Glennon would probably be a king over there, you know? Drop him down in the middle of the Congo, they'd be like, you are naturally born leader. Oh, I can't cook at all. You got into watching cooking shows, Rampage? Molly loves to cook. She doesn't do it enough. I wish she'd do it more because I like to eat. Good cooking. I worked as a cook at a bowling alley. That's about as close as I ever came to being a cook. But I'm the same way, Rampage. I can't cook either. I'm a microwave guy or a sandwich maker. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that, Al. Where'd you see that at? You got a link, or was it at Joe Bucs Fan or someplace like that? Hell's Kitchen? That's fine. Just email it to me when you get a chance. Yeah, it's something it's one of those things I've always been like, man, I'd like to learn how to cook. I just don't have the patience for it. I've always been food is secondary. I just grab something when I'm hungry. And to spend hours preparing food is hard for me to get into. I do appreciate people that are good cooks, though. The great chicken pot pie, chicken marsala. And look, you're making me hungry, Craig. I have to get off here now. Oh, man, it's 8 o'clock. Good grief. Molly is into crock pot cooking now. Like everything she does. Actually, it's been that way for like 2 years. It's crock pot. Which is good for her because it's like almost impossible to burn the house down with a crock pot, You can actually like forget about things for a full day in a crock pot. And it'll be fine. It'll actually taste better sometimes. But that's good for her. She can be a little absent-minded sometimes. Spaghetti carbonara. Carbonara. Yeah. Yeah, the women like men that can cook. But I like women that can cook. So I think everybody likes people that can cook, right? Craig, you ever get into that what they call where they break the food down into gastronomical cooking, I think? Where they break the food down into its fundamental stuff and then put it back together. That looks interesting to me. But if I started cooking, I'd probably blow up like a house. I'd probably be huge. Because I'd just sit there and eat the whole time, right? Ain't that what you do? It's too uppity for you. I see, to me it looks more like science. It's too nerdy. No, I haven't looked at the Kamara. I have to check him out. I'm going to write that down. That's the NFL film room guys. I'm really puzzled about this draft. I thought I had it. I thought I had it locked down. We were getting edge. I knew it. Pizza is never the wrong answer. That is correct. Used to be my favorite food, man. When I was in the Air Force, I ate almost a pizza a day, actually, but I ate a lot of pizza. I ordered pizza at least 3 times a week. I loved pizza. Don't eat it that much anymore. A lot of it has to do with Molly. She's allergic to tomatoes, so she can't eat tomato sauce. So if we get pizza, she's got to order barbecue chicken or something like that. It's just not the same. Not the same. You make a great frozen pizza. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to check out that Kamara. I've heard his name tossed around here and there. Alfredo chicken and spinach pizzas. Spinach pizza. That sounds horrible. And she usually gets the barbecue chicken pizzas. Homemade Sicilian. Oh, man. Do you like a thin crust or a thick crust? I'm a thick crust guy. Oh my gosh, Al, she is allergic to everything. And it happened after first daughter was born. She started getting like a little nauseous when she'd eat. And she's always had allergies growing up, like pollen and stuff like that. But after the baby was born, I guess all them chemicals just and she ended up going and seeing an allergy specialist. They did all kinds of tests for her. She's allergic to a bunch of foods. Garlic, tomatoes, just pretty much any, like nuts. She can't have peanut butter. I think like anything that grows on a tree, basically. I don't know. I need a list. But we got to carry an EpiPen around with us. Yeah. It stinks, though, because she used to be able to eat anything. Yeah, it might have been you, Devin. I've never been much of a salt guy. I've got like a super taste for salt. And the same thing with onions, salt and onions. Like if something is too salty, I literally can't eat it because that's all I taste is salt. It's like ham, especially. If ham is too salted, I literally can't eat it. I can try to force myself to eat it, but it'll like come back up. Onions are that way. Raw onions. Now, fried onions I love. But raw onions, you can just put a little sliver in my food, and that's all I can taste. It like overpowers everything. That's the way the salt is, too. Salt overpowers food to me. I've got like a sensitive palate, I guess. I don't know. Okay, you still up, man? Oh, I love pineapples on pizza, man. That's my favorite pizza, actually. Me and my daughter. We like the Hawaiian pizza. Ham and pineapple. I'll take an Antonio Brown jersey. Yeah, hydration levels are hugely important, man. That's why I've always got water with me, man. Always. I'm always drinking. Eat a whole Caesars in one city. Yeah, you're in bed by this time, ain't you? Okay. Yeah, I've actually eaten so much pizza before that I've gotten sick because you can like overeat with it. I can do that with steak too. I can overeat steak. I got to be very careful because I get like, when you sit a steak in front of me, I just want to blah, 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 blah. But I've learned to pace myself, so I don't get too much in there and then go bleh. That's happened before. A thick olive crust. This is a Sicilian pizza. Thick olive crust, tomato sauce, and Parmesan cheese on it. Best eaten at room temperature. That's how I feel too, David. A lot of people give me a hard time for my liking of Hawaiian style pizza, but I put ranch dressing on all my pizzas, man. Give me a Hawaiian pizza with some ham, a pineapple, thick crust, and dip it in some ranch. That's the best. No, I don't like 7-Eleven pizza. I don't like any 7-Eleven food. I've eaten way too much of it in my life. I just the thought of eating it anymore makes me sick. Spicy pepperoni. Jalapenos. I'm one of the few people that like anchovies on my pizza. Normally don't get them though because nobody else likes it. But David, you would put jerk seasoning on your pizzas. Yeah, buffalo chicken pizza is good. Yep. Need more sodium. Yeah, I like to do that too, MK. I'd like to go on that, what's that YouTube channel where that guy has the celebrities on and they eat the hot wings? I'd like to try that because I've never really eaten hot wings that were so hot that I couldn't eat them. So I think it'd be interesting. Oh, next day cold pizza, best pizza. Yeah. Is it Hot Ones? Is that the name of it? Anything happened while we were sitting here? Let me check and make sure we didn't miss any news. Spencer Rattler is visiting the Seahawks tomorrow. Oh, no, that was today. Devondre Swift's blood alcohol content was 0.105. We, of course, know Ryan Neal retired. This time of year is so horrible for football. Just nothing. Jaden Daniels is scheduled to visit next week with the Washington Commanders. Pewter Report is saying that the Bucs should trade up for Jackson Powers Johnson or Graham Barton. I wouldn't be mad about that. Other than that, no news. Did you see the NFL's got 12 new helmets that are being offered to players in the 2024 season? This season is going to be really weird. The new kickoff rules, the hip drop tackling stuff. I don't know, man. This is going to be a really weird season coming up. Now we got 12 new helmets. Wonder what they all look like. Do they have pictures of them? No. The Rydell Axiom 3D. The Visus 02 Trent's Matrix. The Zenith Orbit Pro. Oh, man, you gotta love it. The Shoot P7 F7 UR2. Oh, and then we got the Rydell Spread Flex. The Light Gladiator. Huh. Interesting. I don't think they should have touched the kickoff rules, but the way they've been doing it the past few years has been absolutely boring. So yeah, this will spice it up. It's gonna be weird, man. You know, I've been watching football for 50 years, and to now a third of the dang game is just gonna be different now. It's weird. They're doing so much weird stuff, you know. That the number changes. We even got a number 0 now. I swear it's like we're trying to be the XFL. No, I know, right? Rampage, it's amazing. I don't know how Chris Collinsworth could even walk and talk. The way they talk, he should be in a convalescence home right now. Yeah, I'd rather go back to the old kickoff for sure. I used to love watching those collisions, man. But oh well, we'll see. This will probably be a little interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting, but so many changes, man, with the NFL. Craig, when we all have a meetup, you're gonna have to do the cooking. We'll have it at Rampage's basement, his man cave. Yeah. I'd much rather go back to all the old stuff. Shoot, I liked it back when there wasn't pass interference. You just clobber the guy as soon as he comes off the line. Yeah, Collinsworth is very much an idiot. Yeah, we're all going to have a meet up in your basement when you get it fixed. I'll bring the food, Craig can cook it. MK's got to bring the alcohol, though. All right, guys, I got to get off here. Girls are fixing to get ready to be home. Y'all want to do drafts next week? You know, I'm probably going to cut up some film, too, on Gregory. Just to play. I played that one play or the 2 plays in the Super Bowl he had, which were pretty good, I thought. Still looking for some complete all 22s on the draft guys. I got to reach out to Real Bucs Talk. It'll be 5 o'clock somewhere. Yep. All right, guys. Yeah, we'll organize a meetup. That's for sure. No doubt about it. Someplace. We might have to do it in Argentina just so we can go with, so Kate could be a part of it. I'd love to go to Argentina. It'd be great. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Al, I appreciate it. Appreciate all your hard work, brother. You're good people. And everybody, y'all have a blessed weekend. Hopefully something interesting will pop up this week and I'll get to go on a live stream and we can all hang out and talk. But next week we'll do some more mock drafts and I'll try and cut up some film and stuff and everything. But until then, guys, go Bucs.